following program on Ada Derana 24 is classified for general audience. It is intended for all ages. It contains little or no violence, no strong language, and little or no sexual dialogue or situations.
A very good evening, and you are joining us on another episode on Business Best, and this is a platform where we showcase the best in the business, and we will be introducing to you people who have excelled in their particular field in order to showcase their latest developments in their respective industry. Now, when we're talking about Sri Lanka, our motherland has been gifted with so many riches, so many natural resources, and today on the show we're going to talk about a business and an entrepreneur who has taken full use of one of the resources that we have here in Sri Lanka, and they have been producing products with it. So hoping to tap into the exporting market as well. So with that, we'll find out what these products are. I would like you to be introduced to Isuru Dahanayake, who is the Managing Director of Agri Ceylon. Isuru, thank you so much for taking the time to join me on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, to start off our discussion, tell me what this natural resource is, how you got your hands on it, and what are the products that you're making, and what is Agri Ceylon?
Okay, so to make a start, cinnamon is a unique spice that is, there are different variants. Ceylon cinnamon is also known as true cinnamon, which is native to Sri Lanka. I think it's a gem of a spice, like it can generate a fortune to our country, which is especially facing a deep economic crisis as what we are facing right now. So basically, yeah. So Agri Ceylon is a company we formed in 2022, which is specialized in, as you said, sales and exports of cinnamon value-added products. So we carefully design and precisely manufactured these products to go par with the global standards, and basically when it comes to food safety standards, as well as adding value to the products, making them cinnamon. When it comes to cinnamon, we make it our cinnamon as gluten-free and raw vegan, and also GMO free. So these are some features that we test our products with, and we showcase our products in the packings and all, so that the people will have more confidence in the products to buy the product.
All right, yeah. Isuru. Now, when talking about creating cinnamon-related products, you have to have this natural resource with you. Did you have this asset with you from the start? Is it, do you buy cinnamon of a trader, or is it in your capital?
Yeah, actually, when it comes to our family, we have a relationship with cinnamon which runs beyond 100 years, I guess. So we've been cultivating, processing and selling cinnamon for generations actually. So that may be the background which gave me the confidence, the expertise and the knowledge to get into the cinnamon industry. But I should say this, like after I graduated, I got my first job in Singapore. Then when I was in Singapore, and I was living with my wife, we used to do our routine groceries in the weekend in supermarkets. So whenever we see a Ceylon cinnamon product in a shelf, we used to like grab the product and read it, what's inside and who's making it and stuff. So surprisingly, almost all the products were not originated from Sri Lanka. Can you believe it? So this was what I experienced. So I did some research and came to light that Sri Lankan manufacturers don't produce products that go par with global standards to the consumer market. What we do is we export the bulk cinnamon as as a material. It's not a final consumer product.
The raw material.
Yeah. So this is the problem. So we saw this as an opportunity, and so here we are with some precisely designed products
Yes,
to go to the world market.
you told me that this was a family-oriented business, and
Yeah,
you
correct.
had this in your generations for years ago.
Yeah, correct.
But you decided to make a few changes. So, what are these changes that you wanted to make in the business?
Yeah, so as I said, for generations, my great-grandfather, grandfather and father also used to do the same thing, cultivate, process and just sell it as bulk. So I wanted to add value to it and make consumer products which we can see in supermarkets, so that we can generate more revenue. And most of all, we want to keep a quality product that can, we will go the extra mile to make sure the product quality is utmost priority and second to none. So this is what I'm trying to do here. Yep.
Something that I picked up when you said was from your production, from the raw materials to the production to the shelves, you have control of this whole process.
Correct.
Is it?
Yeah.
So how did you manage to do from A to Z?
Yeah. So this is a very good question. Actually, this is the core strength of our many strengths, I would say. So we call it farm to table traceability. So this is many can't offer this, but we could, because we operate our own cultivations, own farms, own processing center, and own value-added factory, so that we know what happens in everywhere, so that we can trace back to, if we found any issue, we can trace back. For example, if you find our product in a supermarket, just by looking at the batch code, I can tell the cinnamon inside that product came from which area of the land, of my land. So I can narrow down up to like half an acre. That traceability I can provide, so that we can, we have the flexibility to find issues, find root causes, adding improvements, and give a better product to customers.
I think that's a very convenient factor, because you know the process from A to Z,
Exactly.
and you are in control of the complete
Exactly.
process,
Yeah.
and without having to outsource any of it.
Exactly. And also with this, we can build more trust on consumers, because they, for example, if you can also think you're buying a product which is originating from Sri Lanka, but it's packed in USA or maybe Australia or somewhere else.
Yes.
Something is wrong, right? Why not coming from Sri Lanka? I mean, it's come naturally to your mind. So that's what we are lacking actually. So that's what I'm trying to cater.
Okay, Isuru. So what sort of products do you offer?
Yeah. So when it comes to products, I want to say that I'm not wasting any part of the tree actually. I'm using all the parts of the tree, like bark, which we know usually the cinnamon sticks and stuff, the cinnamon leaf, and I'm using the cinnamon wood as well. So let me explain. So we have some standard products like where you can usually find in supermarkets and shops, which are cinnamon quills, cinnamon sticks, cinnamon powder, and cinnamon leaf essential oil. I don't need to explain the details of those products because that's commonly used. So I have another special product which is a dietary supplement, which is made out of Ceylon cinnamon powder. So this comes in like 1 month supply and 3 month supply, like cinnamon capsules. So we are advising to take one capsule a day for 1 month, and that's 1 month supply, and 3 month supply. We have 2 products like that. And then let me come to the unique products that I have. So I have 3 unique products. When I say unique, it goes to several extents. I'll explain. So we have dehydrated cinnamon leaves. So you won't find dehydrated cinnamon leaves in supermarkets. What you find is bay leaves, which comes from India actually. So this is a super alternative for bay leaves, and we can use it when you cook rice or biryani. You can use it as an additive to fragrant your food. And if you put dehydrated leaf into a glass of boiling water, you can have cinnamon leaf tea, which is so refreshing. And also there are like Ayurvedic treatment uses in cinnamon leaves. So that's what the cinnamon leaf product. So it comes in a 7-gram glass bottle or a 20-gram pouch. So the second unique product what I want to highlight is cinnamon sugar. So you won't find cinnamon sugar in Sri Lanka, no. But in global market, it's kind of a popular product. It's a sugar alternative actually. So how you can use it is obviously as a sugar alternative for your shakes, drinks, and maybe as a sprinkler on the baked items, so which is great actually. So it's made with blending sugar and cinnamon in a key ratio, which is the key for the product to be great, and so that is cinnamon sugar. So the last and the most unique product, I would say, is the product I am making from cinnamon wood. Even after we remove the bark, the wood is there, right? What we usually do is use it in firewood. Usually, like when we had this crisis, firewood was in demand, right? Yeah,
yes.
So it was common in everywhere. So without using as a firewood, I did some research and tried a product to making a dog toy out of it. So we call it cinnamon wood dog chew product. It's a toy. So actually this I feel like it's a game-changing product actually. So we tried this in like our friends and family and some customers as well. The feedbacks are great, and the dogs are loving it, and they won't even let it go. It's that great. So when I said I did the research in the global market, coffee wood chews are there, but not cinnamon. So I think we have a great opportunity to grab the global market as well.
Okay, so
yeah.
I think you gave a good elaborative description of the products. But before we go further into the discussion, we have to go into a short commercial break. We'll be back soon. You're watching Business Best. Welcome back to Business Best, and we were in discussion with Isuru Dahanayake, who is the Managing Director of Agri Ceylon. So Isuru, before we left off to the break, you gave an elaborate idea about the products that you'll offer and how you'll make these products unique also, that how you've come up with new products such as the dog chew, the chew toy for dogs. So now when considering the cinnamon market, now Sri Lanka is rich with a lot of cinnamon, and people are doing business with cinnamon everywhere. Like, because cinnamon is readily available everywhere, and there are retailers, there are manufacturers all around Sri Lanka. So how do you cope up with the competition at this point, and what makes Agri Ceylon more special than any other firm? So
as I said before, the core strength of our many strength, which is the farm to table traceability. So we think we are the only manufacturer who is specialized in cinnamon who can provide this traceability. So basically we don't have competition when it comes to farm to table traceability. So that is one of the aspects. And when it comes to the local market, for the products, we test our products in several aspects to add more value and add more confidence to our product. For example, not much in Sri Lanka, but the gluten allergies are very common in Western countries. So like if you consider a production, if wheat also handled in the same production, it can cross-contaminate, and cinnamon can have some gluten parts, and it can be a gluten allergy for the consumer. So these are known facts that happened before, not in Sri Lanka but somewhere else. So to avoid that doubt, we have tested and verified that our products are gluten-free. And similarly, it's raw vegan. There are so many vegans out there, so it's a vegan product, and also GMO-free. And people don't like to go for the GMO foods, right? So it's a GMO-free as well. So, and also we are not adding any preservatives. It's all natural. So those things we have added to our pack as symbols, and we are highlighting them when you're marketing as well. So those kind of things are not at all visible in local products. So it's somewhere we are highlighting our product over the other products. But when it comes to global market, those things are there. So I'm saying that we are going par with the global products. But for the global products as well, nobody can provide this farm to table traceability that we do, so that we are being unique out of everybody else, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
so from your discussion, from your description, something which I gathered was you're trying to make your products not just a local product but an international product as well. So far, have you been able to tap into the export market as well?
Yeah, actually, so many discussions are going on at the moment. So fingers crossed. I guess it's just a matter of small time. So when I shared my brochures and websites and everything, I got great feedbacks. So I think we'll get there pretty soon.
Okay, great. So when talking about the uniqueness of your product, how do you make sure that y'all stand out from the rest of the products? What is the product speciality that y'all have?
I think it's the quality of the product. You know, that even though it's something that lacks in Sri Lankan market, even though you pay money, it's hardly you get a quality product. So not just in cinnamon, it's like everything else. So we need to avoid that barrier. Break that barrier. So that's what I think we are standing out from all the rest is providing the quality. So to ensure that we are obtaining highest food safety certifications from controlling bodies. And to make sure like GMP, like good manufacturing practices, and HACCP, those are some certificates that we have obtained on our products, so that people have more confidence that our products is quality and better. Obviously, if you tried our products, you will find it.
Okay, great. So far, according to the description you gave for your products, they are all edible except for the dog chew,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
Everything else
and also
is...
it's and can I highlight this?
Yes.
Yeah. So the dog chews, what you have in the market is plastic chews or maybe rubbers, but you know, it's so much safer to have this wooden chew. You know, for example, if a heavy chewer will break the plastic and one of the plastic piece will go in, then it's toxic.
It's
actually
unsafe for the pet.
But cinnamon is totally untoxic for dogs, and it's scientifically proven. And also, when you bite this dog chew, it will just decay into fibers, small pieces. Even though you eat it, the dog eats it, it's perfectly digestible. So it's so safe. I wanted to highlight that.
Yeah, sure. So my question was, since all of your products are edible products, have you ever thought of tapping into the non-edible products such as soap or essence or scents? Yeah.
That's on the second phase of our business plan actually. So at the moment we are making some primary products with the primary raw material and adding some innovations like cinnamon sugar, and I have some similar products I'm working on at the moment. I can't reveal anything, but I hope I can bring those products by the end of this year to the market. Okay. So yeah.
Since you have been in this industry for quite some time, it's been a family business as well. How can you describe the demand for cinnamon products throughout the years?
Actually, the cinnamon, if we go for the facts, the International Trade Center numbers, if we go for the numbers, the compound annual growth rate for cinnamon is 7.8% until 2030. So it's like it's growing annually, it's growing only. Obviously, depending on like situation like COVID or economic waves of the global conditions, there'll be up and downs on the demands, but it's on the rise for sure. Yeah. So in Sri Lanka, obviously we use the cinnamon on our food and everything. I want to cater the Sri Lankan market, obviously, just because I want to give a quality product for our Sri Lankan customers to have some experience actually. When it comes to my products, they are going par with global, as I said. So from the packing itself, it's different. You can feel the difference. So I wanted to give that experience as well for local market as well. Yeah.
Okay. When considering cinnamon, a lot of people are not aware about the benefits that you gain by basically having this product with you. So, and as you said earlier also, there are so many other variants for cinnamon also. So from your expertise knowledge, how do people identify what real cinnamon is and what are the benefits of people using cinnamon?
Okay. So in Sri Lanka, you don't find the the other cinnamon variant, which is cassia. So when it comes to cinnamon, there are two variants: true cinnamon and cassia. So true cinnamon is also known as Sri Lankan cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon. So we can easily identify it by looking at the core of the cinnamon stick. There'll be so many layers in Ceylon cinnamon, but there'll be a single layer in cassia cinnamon, and it's very hard to break. But Ceylon cinnamon is very easy to break, even though there are so many layers. And when it comes to the taste, it's more sweeter for cinnamon one, for Ceylon cinnamon. But for local for cassia, it's more of a musky taste, and it's yeah, it's
the taste is also different. The looks wise
also different. Yes,
it's different.
But when it comes to the benefits, actually that's the most important thing, as you mentioned. There's a compound called coumarin in the cinnamon. So in the cassia, it's like 1,000 times higher than what we have in Ceylon cinnamon. So prolonged use of cinnamon will accumulate this coumarin, the compound, and it will help to improve the cancer cells. So if you are using, like, if for example a supplement, if you are using a cinnamon supplement, you must use Ceylon cinnamon. You should not use cassia, because it can harm you than make you better. So, and also when it comes to cinnamon, it helps you to Ceylon cinnamon. It helps you to reduce the risk of cancer, and also reduce the risk of heart disease, and it can fight bacterial, fungal and viral infections, and also it is proven that it helps the brain function as well, and also it helps you lose weight as well.
Okay, final question for you, Isuru. So you said that you all produce Ayurvedic products as well, such as the capsules. So you must be having some sort of source or an expertise knowledge from a doctor.
Yep.
So how do you get the correct resource in order to make these capsules?
Yeah. So actually, these products has to go through Ayurveda department of Ayurveda, and we have registered as our company and other product as well. So when it comes to an Ayurvedic product, of course, a doctor is assigned to our factory. So he has to observe and check the facility and how the production is done. So we have actually hired a doctor for this purpose. And cinnamon, because this product is purely cinnamon only. Our supplement is pure Ceylon cinnamon powder. There's nothing else, and it's using a veggie capsule. It's purely natural. It's nothing. There's no formula actually. It's just that we want people to have cinnamon like every day, so which makes you better.
So it's an authentic product.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Isuru. This is all the time we have for you on the program today, and I wish you all the very best in being able to export your products in the future as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me.
And that was our episode on Business Best. We'll be back again next week with another product or service that would interest you. Just in case you couldn't watch us on air, you can always rewatch by catching us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Derana English. I'm Suzanne Shinali. Stay safe and have a good night.